Hello, my name is Brendan Cronin, 32 years old, and at this point in my life I've been skiing for 29 years. It's been the driving force behind most every decision I've made in my life in at least the last 10 years. I went to the University of Maine. I have a degree in Parks and Recreation and Tourism, and every paper I ever wrote for that class involved the ski industry somehow, be it mechanized lister skiing or mechanized heli skiing or backcountry skiing or freestyle skiing, whatever. To me it was just about skiing, and it's kind of been the most important thing to me for, as I said, the last 10 years. So I moved out to Utah for my first winter. I have an aunt and uncle in Salt Lake that gave me one winter of free rent, and I worked on the Park City Mountain Resort Ski Patrol. That summer I went to Stanley, Idaho, and ran into a gentleman named Jamie Weeks, who at the time was, and still does, work for Valdez Heli Ski Guides. I had met him the winter earlier. A good friend of ours from college, mine from college, moved to Valdez, Alaska, took a job with Valdez Heli Ski Guides. What else are two college kids, my buddy and I, going to do on our spring break but go to Valdez, Alaska, where our friend is working? It's kind of a no-brainer at that point. And we go, and I had never skied west of New Hampshire. I had no business being there. I was still a tele skier at the time, and I got pretty much got my ass handed to me. They in one of the guide meetings, they discussed whether or not they would even let me go skiing again. But thankfully they did, and that trip and that moment is kind of what drew me into the world of guiding. So that summer that I met Jamie, he offered me a position as an apprentice guide for a snowcat skiing company on Togety Pass, which is an hour east of Jackson Hole. I took that job. I did that for 3 winters, and it was an unbelievable experience, to go from one winter as a patroller to being fully and completely immersed in the snow. Was such an intense experience, and I learned so much from it. And that business ended up closing after 3 seasons, or at least for me, and while I was there. And then I went to the Jackson Hole Mountain Resort and made snow for the last 6 seasons. During that entire time, I had a good friend who looked at me and she said, you need to get back into the skiing world, and you're so passionate about it. It blows me away whenever we go skiing and just listening to you talk about snow and how it moves and bonds and forms and the dynamics of it and how fascinating it is. And so I approached the owners of the American Avalanche Institute and started shadowing courses for them, and that is what has brought me to this point. I was lucky enough this year to teach, I believe, 6 courses for them. I taught 2 more for excellent mountain guides, and all of this has kind of led me back into the fray of the ski guiding and the avalanche education. It's something that I've become so passionate about in teaching, and seeing people have those moments of, oh my God, and they get it and they kind of understand the snow. And that's my biggest reason for going back into guiding, and it's just helping people and teaching. It's unbelievable. Also, during those times as a snowmaker, I applied for the Jackson Hole Ski Patrol and made it there as well this year. And for me, with every job that I've taken, it's been about going skiing and the simplicity of just going out and making turns, whether it's powder snow or ice or sometimes dirt and rock. It is, to me, all about freedom and being in the mountains. And that's it for me. I'll leave you with this song that means a lot to me. It was in TGR's Harvest, and it's Doug Coombs' Valdez segment. You're only going to get like 20 minutes of it, because you got to be under 5 minutes. Seconds.